Hey guys, Team Lead here again, and today I'm bringing you an advanced code bits on our palindromes. So last time we had a working algorithm, had few checks here and there, and your question probably is, can we upgrade that to look even slicker than it already is? Yes, of course. So I think we will do it two ways. I'll show you one way how to do it in the .NET way, and the other I'll show you in the language agnostic. So without further ado, for now let's keep that away. What we need here, we need to do something with this string from built-in things, and we can do it very quickly. So we'll be needing a char array. Let's call it char r palindrome to char array, right? So we can make that to the char array. After we're going to use the built-in function of the arrays, and it has a function to reverse an array. So we take this, we pass that char array in, and now it's going to be reversed. Now the only thing we need to do now is to call var reversed r, reversed palindrome, or let's call it reverse pal, and we're going to say string, and we're going to we're creating a new string here, and we're creating that from char array. And how to check that in one case like so, we can say var check, and we're going to say palindrome equals reverse pal, like so. And let's run our program and see what's up. And as you can see, it actually is true. Just to check it if we did everything correctly, let's add 3 to 1 so we can break it, and it's going to say yep, it's false. So as you can see, we found quite simple way how we can actually work and check from palindromes quite easily without resorting to any algorithmic knowledge. So that's why I always say you don't really need to know a lot of algorithms as such, because a lot of scientists already figure out how to do it, and b, there are technologies who do it for you, right? So this way we just basically used few built-in functions, and we didn't even specify the algorithm, and we already have a palindrome. Now, okay, you can say that's cheating. So I will make a function, and we are going to actually be checking in this function, palindrome function. Let's pass our palindrome here, right? And since we made this quite verbose last time, I think we can remove a few things here and make it more sexy. So what I would do here, it's actually quite simple. I think I would go through this function, and I would remove all the checks, and I'll show you why in a second. And I think we can focus on our array as such. So let's say, remember our strategy was to go from one side to the other, and that was logical because we're going from that side and we're checking, and yeah, that is logical as well. But we can kind of do it in the sort of a easier way. Well, easier way, maybe easier for some, maybe harder for the others, but easier in the sense that we are making it more readable. So without further ado, what we have to do here, we have to change our I a little bit. So we're going to say that's going to be strength length -1, and that's going to be more than I. So this is for our running function, and for our if we're going to say if str our current I is not equals str. Remember we did this before, we said str length and we checked that minus with -1 and -I. Remember we used this before, it's nothing new. And then we say return false, and here we're going to say return true. Now it does pretty much the same thing as you saw in our lessons way before. We use that the current I, and we definitely used this thing where we're saying something from length minus something minus I, and that's how we get that on the other side. So it's nothing new for you guys here, definitely saw this. What's new here, instead of using counter, we thought, how about we just remove that if stuff and just say if at least one of that is not working, we are going return. So we're breaking away and we're returning false just like that. And if it runs correct, if this for completes without any hitch, so we're returning true. So I think that really makes sense, and we can run it and let's see how was that. So it says true on this madam. Let's do like so to be sure if it's really so. Yeah, as you can see, it really works. So we have one way, very C# way to do things with specific classes which already exist in this language. And we also found, I would say, the very agnostic way to run and to do it, and we removed all the counters. And if there are some of you rather, who would like to do it in a more one-liner, so we can do something like let's check, right? And we are taking our palindrome, so this is our string A. Now we need to take this string, we need to do something like reverse, then we have to do something like to array, we're calling this function. Now we need to take all of this, and we need to create new string. We can do it like so. And if we didn't mock anything up, so I would rather just use it. I would use it just a class call that makes more sense to me this way. And let's try and do it and see how that went. Let's check. So madam is true. Let's add 3 to 1, and let's see if that is so. So it's going to say false. Oh, here you go, guys. Here we go, guys. I wanted to do two ways to improve the last palindrome into more advanced way, but I did 3, so the last one is a bonus. Just to recap it and to see what we did and how we did it. First of all, this is the very first part. So how we did it, we used the built-in functions into language, right? So Java has it. I think JavaScript, most languages should have some kind of ability to do things with arrays and or strings, and this is a way to do it. So you just take that, you make an array out of string. You use built-in function to reverse it. You create new string by putting that reversed thing there, and you just basically check if the string is equal to the other string. That's quite easy. Our second function palindrome was quite nifty in the way that we removed the counter and we removed the check for that. So we optimized it quite a bit, and I think this can be run. This is definitely very language agnostic and just minus the static thing, right? More or less, I think it's language agnostic. and there are people who, you know, want to do one-liners regardless of how expensive those operations can be. So for those people, here is a simple one-liner to you. We take that palindrome, we reverse using IEnumerable interface, so it's really amazing. It basically can do a lot of things with anything which you can enumerate through, right? So that works for us. Again, we do call an array extension, so we make an extension from that, and since it's reversed and it is an array, we just pass that into new string instance, and here we go. We check string against string, that's one-liner, no need to understand anything. So hey guys, thanks for watching this second video about palindromes, or rather advanced techniques, so to speak, to use it. Drop that like, it would really help other people to see such videos, and if you really liked it, you can subscribe. There's definitely going to be more such code bits in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.